Very good morning to one and all. This is Dr. P. Lavanya, working as Associate Professor in MBA department in IARE. So today we like to go to the class relating to the perfect competition. And the last video you have seen regarding what are the types of market structures. So we have seen the different types of market structures like perfect competition, monopolistic, monopoly, oligopoly and duopoly. So we have been observed that there are the different market structures. So in that the first and important market structure is perfect competition. So we'll come across what are the nature and features of perfect competition, and at the same way how the price and output is determined in perfect competition. So first we likely to see what is the definition or what do you mean by the perfect competition. So a perfect competitive market is that where when we can say a competition is perfect means when we have a tough competitor or maybe equivalent competitor, then we can say that both are competitive. So one in the strengths may be high and another may be low. In that situation we can't say that is in a correct competition. So perfect competition means where we can observe that there are the large number of buyers and the large number of the sellers in the market who was always engaged in selling the homogeneous product without any sort of restrictions, possessing about a complete knowledge of the market. Means here the competition is done when there is no restriction. So large number of people or the buyers will be there and a large number of sellers will be there, where they themselves are giving us a homogeneous product, means equal in all aspects. Maximum it must and should be equal in all aspect without any marketing restrictions. But the people who are coming to sell the product and the people who are ready to purchase the product must and should have the knowledge relating to the market. So that's we'll call it like a perfect competition where I'm telling the strengths all are equal. When they are equal only, we want to go for a competitive situation, which we'll call it like in a perfect competition. So in the words of quotation, we can say that perfect competition is in a market structure which characterized by a complete absence of rivalries among the individual firms. Means there doesn't have any sort of rivalries, means a tough competitor for each and every firm. All comes with the same type of product, the same type of homogeneous features in the product and at the same price. So they doesn't have any rivalry between them and all will at a one place or a marketplace where they can purchase or they can sell the product. So according to him that without absence of the competitor or the rivalries in an individual organization, we can characterize like a perfect competition. And the next definitions relating to them is Lipsey, who says that perfect competition is the market structure in which all the firms in an industry are called as price takers. So these are called as price takers, in which there is freedom of entry and exit from the industry. So he has been observed 2 points saying that here the industry or the firm will accept the price whatever the market was given. Means individually the firm doesn't have any right or cannot give the price, maybe 10 rupees, 15 rupees, it can't provide. It is based upon the market conditions. The price is determined by the marketing people. How they are determining based upon the free of entry and exit, means based upon the number of the sellers who bought the product. Based upon that, the price is decided. So that's why each and every producer who produce the goods is only accept the price what market is giving. But they can't say that this is my price in the market. The main term is here due to the free entry and exit from the industries, means whoever like to sell the product, maximum they can go and sell the product in the market. Whoever don't like to sell the product, they can exit from the market. So due to these conditions and homogeneous of the product, so we can say that the market itself is there to have taking the price only, it can't give the price. So according to the Lipsey, it is characterized, means the perfect competition is characterized by the main thing is it is a price taker, and it itself is free to entry and exit from the industry. So with these two definitions, we can see, or we can go for characterizing what are the important characteristic features of the perfect competition. So when you comes under the important characteristic features of the perfect competition, the first one comes under like large number of buyers and sellers. So the condition is that already we have sold in the perfect competition where there is a number of buyers and the number of sellers who are ready to sell the product and who are ready to purchase the product. So individually, the buyer or the seller cannot influence the price or output of an organization. Means here the market price or what sort of output we can give to the market, means number of the goods we can send to the market based upon the whole industry is also not in the hands of the organization, firm or industry. It is cannot influence, means individual person or individual industry cannot influence the price and output. And we have seen due to the number of buyers and the sellers, the demand of the individual buyers relatively to the total demand such that a small cannot influence the price of the product by an individual action. We can identify here one buyer cannot influence the market. Why? Because in the perfect competition, the price is decided by the forces of demand and supply. So, if constantly a group of people demanded the goods, automatically demand will increase. But only one person who want a good such that based upon him the price cannot be decided. So that's why we can say in the perfect competition, due to the presence of large number of buyers and sellers, so individual maybe the individual action or individual attitude of a person cannot make any remarkable change in the price or the quantity of the product in the market. So along with that, we can say that relating to the supply of individual seller. So maybe in the supply of individual seller, so a individual person or a fraction of supply what a firm produce or contribute to the market, with that the total output cannot be influenced the price of the product by his action. Means here due to his action, means an individual supply coming from a one organization, maybe it contributes a part of the total supply or the total production, but his only one person action cannot have influence in the market. And otherly we can say that individual seller is unable to influence the price, means a single person or a single seller cannot influence the price of the product. Maybe he adjusted his product, means one person maybe he radically produced more goods and services and given to the market also, he cannot change the marketing condition. Maybe he decrease the supply also, then will not have any effect on the market. Means an individual person unable to influence, maybe though he increased a lot of production or though he increased or decreased the production of the goods and services, rather that he adjusted his supply to the price of the product, means which is not at all possible to influence the price in the market. So what the individual seller has to do or the individual producer has to do is he himself has to adjust to the market. Maybe when the price is high, then automatically he can produce more amount of the goods and send to the market. If the price is low, he can decrease the production where he gathers less amount of the profit. So he can decrease the production and send the goods. Means he has to modify, the seller himself or the producer himself has to modify in the form of an adjuster, means adjusting to the marketing conditions. So thus, as the same, the buyer or seller, as we have seen above, individual action of a maybe a buyer or maybe a seller cannot influence the markets. Maybe as he has to accept, means a buyer or the seller must and should accept whatever the price given by the industry. So that's why, due to the presence of large number of the buyers and the sellers also, here he has to, the seller should adjust to the marketing condition, and a buyer should accept the price what the market is given. So that's why it's called as a price takers. And the next important feature of this perfect competition is freedom of entry or exit of the firm. Means already we have said that perfect competition is the main feature, saying that the people or the producer, whatever they like, they can come to the market and sell their goods. If they don't like, they can leave to the market. So the best example we can see relating to this perfect competition is a vegetable market. So Raitu Bazaars, consequently, what we are seeing that where we used to identify in the cities or villages or the areas where these vegetable markets and all are kept. So at that scene, what happens? Whoever the producers, whoever have the product, they will come there, sell their product, and they will go back. So here, if we have product, we'll go. If you don't have product, you won't go. Or if you like to take the price what that market is given, you'll go there and sell. If you are not liking the price what market is offered, then you cannot, you should not go there, or you can't enter into the market. Maybe that's based upon your will and wish. So that's why an individual seller or individual buyer both will have free to entry or the exit within the market. So what implies that whenever the industry is earning excessive profits, which is attracted by more excessive profit, in this means the producer will attract such that yes, a certain product is giving more profits and many new people want to produce the product and they want to sell in the market. In case if that industry is going into the losses, so profits manner, that the new firms will enter and the market will be enlarged. But in case of loss, when that same market is providing the goods, maybe the people are not purchased, or maybe whatever the condition, if it was getting loss, then automatically some firms or which are getting very very less amount of the profits, or maybe already the companies which are in loss or the organizations which are getting loss by selling the product, they don't want to continue in that market and they will leave that market. So in this way, based upon the earning capacity of the profits, we can say that organization or the sellers will interested to enter into the market. So based upon their interest in the perfect competition, we can the sellers have free to enter and free to exit. At the same way, the buyers also, if they like their product cost and everything, they can come there and purchase the product. If they don't like, the buyer will not enter into the market. So based upon their interest, here the freedom of entry and exit of the firm. Next, another important feature relating to this perfect competition is homogeneous product. Homogeneous means equal. So maybe in the cost, quality, maybe related to the each and every aspect, 90% or 99%, the product is equal in all attributes. So such maybe the product, we'll call it as a homogeneous product. So every firm, whatever coming there, they will sell only the homogeneous product, so that no buyer has any preference for the product for any individual sellers or others. Maybe when identify that the price will be the same, the quality will be the same, and the type of the goods will be the same. Means we can't say preferred. This is good. This is maybe we don't have a choosing the alternatives there. All are it equal cost, equal price, and equal quantity. So when this is possible, only some products are produced. This is only possible if such units are produced by different sellers in a perfect substitutes. Means homogeneous product or homogeneous quality, we can get it like a perfect substitute for one for another. So by having these homogeneous quality, where the cross elasticity of the product of seller is infinite, means the cross elasticity, or we know the elasticity of demand. As I have said that due to the homogeneous feature, the product is a perfect substitute. As we can say that the cross elasticity means for the substitute products, once demand increases, price decreases the other. If the price decreases, demand increases for the other. Means there is a cross velocity where we can, based upon the demand and the price, we can increase the sales of the product. So that could be infinite, means where whatever we do, we can't make anything infinite in the sense, maybe we increase or decrease whatever maybe, we cannot change the maybe the supply or the demand conditions in the market. So here no seller has an independent policy, means we all the sellers who are there, only as we know they are the price takers, means whatever the price offered by the industry or the market, the same price we are able to take. Like commodities, as we see salt, cotton, maybe wheat, rice, or other, where they are in homogeneous nature, so where we can't separate it. So this is, I want this quality, this type, this nature. So extra features or not at all be there, they are the common items. So for these, where they doesn't have any extra specific features, so all are same, so the seller doesn't have an independent pricing policy. And at the same way, he cannot raise the price of the product. Why? Because when the other person is selling it in the same, so the same rate we should sell, then only the consumer will purchase. If I am one price of the same product and another is giving for less price, automatically consumer will purchase from that person. So when I want to sell minimum goods into the market, then I can, I had to accept, or I cannot raise the price. I should accept the price in the market. If he does so, the customer could leave and buy the product. Means whatever I say that if he has raised the product, he will buy the product from the other seller, or whatever the sellers are there giving at any ruling price in the market. So here the homogeneity of the product leads to the firm to sell more or less at a ruling price in the market. Means due to the main feature of homogeneity, so more or less whatever the price is there, for that only they will sell. And where this cannot influence the price of the product, and the number of the sellers very large, means homogeneity is a thing which make the products or all the seller to sell at a ruling price, and based upon that, where we can sell large amount of the goods, means maybe by clubbing all the sellers at a one place with it, providing goods at the same price, same cost and quality, more amount of the goods could be sold in the market. And another feature relating to the perfect competition is absence of artificial restrictions. So the next condition is that when we have seen these openings of buying and selling of the goods, already we have seen that the sellers are free to sell the goods and buyers are free to buy whatever the quantity they can. So by these words, we can identify that there is no discrimination on the part of buyers and sellers. Means they are not at all being discriminated. Maybe based upon their pricing, goods section, no discrimination, no artificial restrictions. So whatever we like, we take the product and we'll sell. Whoever will like, come there and purchase the product. Means no discrimination is there. That's why the perfect competition itself is characterized by the absence of artificial restrictions. Moreover, these prices are liable to change freely in response to the demand and supply conditions. Already I said that market will decide the whatever the quantity required by that time, and based upon that the price will be decided. Means here demand and supply forces plays an important role, or the main role, where it will decide the quantity and also the price. So there is no effect on the part of the producers or government or other agencies in order to control the supply and demand of the product. It means market itself will adjust based upon the supply and demand. If supply is more to the goods, then the people themselves will decrease the cost. If the demand supply is less, automatically the market will raise the price. When we can identify the local markets or the local things like the vegetable markets or other like tomatoes, onions, when there is a scarcity of production, automatically the prices will increase. When there is a lot of supply, automatically the price will decrease. So here there doesn't maybe the producer or government, no agencies will be there in order to control these supply and demand conditions of the product. The next is it's a common feature for every market structure that whatever we want to produce, the goods is the main aim objective is to profit maximization. So the perfect competition is also characterized that the goal of that competition is to get maximum profits where we doesn't go for losses or where we don't want a super normal means more profits the market cannot provide us. At the same way, losses also it won't provide. It will use us maximum profits, which is a common goal for each and every organization or firm. And the next important feature relating to that was perfect mobility of goods and factors. As we have seen the factors of the production in the perfect competition, whatever or they are movable. So they are free to move from one place to another place such that where they are fetching higher prices. Means maybe goods are there where we can easily transport from one area to another. Maybe where the area is demanded more, the producer want to send their goods to that place such that they can gain more profits. So like these goods or the factors of this production, whatever we produced in the perfect competition is perfectly mobile, means transferable and sent to one place to the another, such that these factors can also move from low paid to the high paid industries. Means where the demand is less, those products was kept for a high demand. Means already I said that if the price is low in the local market, they want to sell in the another market, or maybe they want to go for exporting the goods where they are getting the higher prices. So the due to the availability of mobility of the factors of the goods, it is possible that the producer can get or fetch more profit and maximize their profit maximization goal. And next, the condition relating to this perfect market is the perfect knowledge of marketing conditions. So this condition means relating to the buyers and sellers, 100% they must and should know what is the activity of the market, means how it goes. So if they don't have a complete knowledge about the prices, goods bought and sold, so they cannot prepare to sell or buy the product. Means they must and should know how the price is determined, what are the goods displayed there, where we can go, where we can purchase, what sort of supply and demand conditions are there. So, like this, relating to that particular market of that particular time, these producer and consumer both must and should, means buyer and seller must and should have the knowledge of that place where these marketing transactions are going on. If such perfect knowledge of marketing conditions or the forces are there, the seller to sell their product at prevailing market price and buyers can buy at prevailing market price. Means these forces, means these conditions having the knowledge where we can comfortably sell our product at whatever the market given price, and at the same way buyers can comfortably buy the product what the price was given by the market. So by having the understanding or the knowledge relating to the nature of the perfect competition of that market, we can have the comfortability of both the buyers and seller. So, and the next feature relating to it is absence of transport cost. So another condition is that there are no transportation cost carrying from one place to another. So this condition is essential for existence of perfect competition. Why? Because what I said is all the producers will bring the product what they produced, and the product price will be the same. Maybe the person getting from far place, I'll give the same price. The person who is near to the market will also have the same price. So in order to accept the price or the price given by the market, there the transportation costs are to be eliminated. And due to the homogeneous feature of this product will have no differentiations. So due to that also the transportation cost will also should not be there. So if transportation, if any other cases or even cases if transportation are there, but they can very less transportation costs and they can cover up in their profits only. They cannot show additional cost like transportation cost. They can't show in the market. They will accept the price given by the market, and that cost will be covered within the profits what that producer has been got. And at the same way, absence of selling cost. As we know, the selling cost means advertisement cost. That is promotion, other activities. So there will not be no advertisement cost, right? Because in the perfect competition, all the product are homogeneous, large number of buyers, sellers will be there. All will produce the product and sell at whatever the price given by the market. So no need to advertise. When all are equal, the people will come choose the product and they will go. No need to say this is my product, it is having a special feature. I can't attract. Why? Because my product, other product, and all products are one and the same. So no need of having any advertisement. So based upon that, the perfect competition itself is characterized by the selling, absence of selling cost. So these are above or the some of the important features what the perfect competition is having, features or the characteristics. Now we'll see that is perfect competition and pure competition both are same. When we gave as an introduction, we said that in the perfect competition means the competitor should have the same competencies or the same level when I want to compete. That is called as perfect competition. But often the pure competition means it's a different when you comes or distinguished slightly from the perfect competition. Why? Because there are the some conditions which there are five or other some conditions which will says a pure competition is different from the perfect competition. So for that, where we can identify, the author called as Chamberlain has said that pure competition, the competition which alloyed with unalloyed with the monopoly element, means itself the pure competition means 100% we can constitute add the monopoly. Monopoly means only single seller. So sometimes pure competition cannot or gives us saying that a slight features of monopoly. But whereas the perfect competition, it is not at all involves in perfection in any other than absence of monopoly. Means in the perfect competition, all are coming here selling the product. All many buyers are coming. So monopoly nature is not at all being identified in the perfect competition. But in the pure competition, the slight monopoly considerations will be there. So to enumerate, we can see that the practical importance when you comes under the perfect competition is itself the practically the perfect competition will say as a simple understanding of our economy or the working of economy, means how these economical aspects, that is institutions, organizations, government, so how they work. Maybe independently they have their work, they will constitute their work and completes and gains the profit. So the same way, the market situation will also it have an independency where it will work on its own. So it doesn't rely upon one or the another. So the same feature we can identify in this perfect competition. That's why we can understand the forces or the working nature of the economy. And along with that, where this competitive behavior due to this competition behavior, we can say that the best allocation of the resources, the perfect competition, what are resources available due to the homogeneity of the product or the price givers, it will provide employment to the all the people. The present resources in that area they will utilize well, such that resources allocation would be done, which creates as efficiency of the organizations in production. Means when resources are allocated best, then organization will also give the best production. So this perfect competition or maybe the relative industries will be given based upon the uprising nature, that is how the economy is worked or institutions are working, and organizations are working in any economical sense. So means here the perfect competition itself, due to the above characteristics and having encouraging for best utilization and allocation of the resources, and providing more employment, where it is one of the thing or one of the main characteristic feature which will use the economical benefit for every country. So along with that we have seen these differences between the perfect and the pure competition. Now we'll see that how the price determinant in case of perfect competitive markets. So we can easily say that this price and output determination, where we can say this price, how output or production could be determined. As we have seen that when we want to determine the price and output, or the price determination and this perfect market, so everybody must and should constituents or know what is the equilibrium price. So, what is an equilibrium? Equilibrium means the conditions where when two forces got interacted. For example, when you say this is in a demand curve and this is in a supply curve, DD is the demand curve and SS is the supply curve. As we know, have seen the law of demand. The demand curve slopes downward, supply curve will goes upwards. So, the point where this demand and supply will meet, that point we'll call it as equilibrium price, means acceptable price. So means the forces of demand and supply meets, that is in a significant state or consequently called as an equilibrium point. Means equilibrium is a typically like in a rest stage where there is a no possibility to change the system. Means at this stage you can gather maximum, price will be minimum, output will be maximum, and also we are gaining the more or maximum profits what an organization is required. So based upon that, we can say that it is in a state of rest where we cannot go for the changes. So market equilibrium takes place when both the demand and the supply conditions both balance each other. Means a market means an individual person can get supply and demand equilibrium price, but when the group, whatever the group of producer came, groups of buyers comes, so both the demand means the total demand of the market and total demand of the supply of the market comes each other, then we are able to get this market equilibrium, such that there is no differences, these opposing forces and are at rest, means no differences will be there. So, so based upon that, means it is in a 100% this price and output is determined by the equilibrium, and equilibrium is a point where the demand and supply will meet, or forces where it was in a rest condition we can consider as an equilibrium. Now we'll see what type of price and output determination in the perfect competition. Commonly, as we know in the production sector or in any other, so based upon the time limit, we go for categorizing of price and output decisions. So here also in the perfect competition, there are the two types of price and output determination. The first one we call as a short run price and output determination, and second one is a long run price and output determination. So we'll see separately how the price and output was determined in short run and price and output was determined in the long run. So first we'll see the short run period. So as we know, all we have seen that demand, production functions and marketing functions, saying that short run period means where we doesn't not have, means very less amount of the time will be there. So due to this less amount of the time, so we have some fixed inputs and also the variable inputs, means in the factors of production some are fixed where we cannot change within a little time, or the little within a short run of period we are unable to assemble or arrange, but some are there variable where we can arrange. So the number of the company or industry where enough to change the output by changing only the variable, means we can have the two type, that is fixed cost and variable cost. So the fixed cost, as we can say, it is fixed, like the plant, machineries, factory, buildings, where it is very difficult to change within a short run. That is fixed for a company. So based upon the company cannot, with a less period of time, it cannot increase or decrease the production based on the fixed capacity. But the changes we can, whatever make it is variable. Variable is change according to per unit, like labor. So which is in a variable factor when I want to increase raw materials. So within the short period of time, we can arrange some amount of the raw materials. Or labor, we can arrange, means possibly we can get some, but we can't say extensively arranging of variable, arrangement of variable cost is also not possible. But we can change in the short run is like variable, like labor, raw materials, etc. So by having these fixed and variable in the short run, we can conclude that fixed cost cannot be changed. Only the changeable one is variable VC, that is variable cost. So in the short run output and price determination, we can see that the demand curve of the company which faces the horizontally. We can say our average or marginal revenue, whatever we can say. Here the DD or demand curve will be a horizontal line. That the number of companies in the industries where remains the same. So new company can enter or nor may leave. Why? Because the demand is constant in the market, because whoever like they can come, whoever like they can use that entry and exit. There are no entry and exit barrier. Based upon that, the demand will be constant. And in the perfect competition, the company will also accept the price what market gives, and it has to sell the product at current price given by the market. So my supply or the my goods cannot influence the market. So demand cannot be changed. So based upon that, the DD, the demand curve, is in a horizontal line. So we can see this price and output. In what conditions we are able to get this price and output determination in the short run, means the company will have the equilibrium conditions where it has to meet the two conditions, making sure that MR, that is marginal revenue. Already we came across these concepts in case of cost and determination of cost functions and long run and short run cost and production functions, where we have seen MR means marginal revenue, which you also will call as additional revenue, and MC means marginal cost, which is also called additional cost done for the additional production. So if MR is greater than MC, means marginal revenue is more than the marginal cost, then the company can expand, means I'm getting more amount and the cost is less, then automatically I want to send or produce more amount of the goods where I'm getting profits. Revenue is good and cost is less, and I want to expand my production and give more units to the market to earn more amount of the profits. If that, based upon the marketing conditions, if MR, marginal revenue, is less than marginal cost, means the cost is more and the revenue is less, maybe where we can see that a maximum profits we are getting or very less amount of the profits we are able to get. So in that situation, we don't want to produce more and more such that with a less amount of the profits. So the company was not interested in expanding the production. So what it will do, it will decrease or it want to reduce the production. So based upon these additional revenue and additional cost, generated. But if organization is getting MR is equal to MC, means marginal revenue equal to the marginal cost, which we'll call as achieve the maximum profits, or this is called as equilibrium condition, where organization was able to achieve maximum or desired profit what the company want to receive. So based upon that, now we can see these graphical representation of price and output determination. So as we have MC means we know that marginal cost, as we know that MC, that is marginal cost, and as we know MR, marginal revenue. Yes, and AC, that is average cost, and AR, average revenue. So already you have seen in case of cost functions and all other. So in the figure also you are able to see MC, that is marginal cost, AC average cost, and already I have said that the demand curve DD, that is marginal revenue or average revenue, both are that is called as equal, which we will call as demand curve DD curve, which is in a horizontally. Already I said that demand will be the constant. So marginal revenue or demand one and the same. That's why due to the constancy of the price, it is a price taker. So the price is decided and output is decided by the market. The demand curve will be constant. So in the figure, as we have seen that the marginal revenue is additional revenue for additional cost. Marginal cost is additional cost for additional units produced. So the curve where the average cost means average total average cost, what the cost incurred by the firm cuts by these marginal cost decides, that is it is greater than MR or less than MR or equal to the MR. For example, if these AR and MR means already said marginal cost equal to the marginal revenue equal to marginal cost, then it is called as a condition where the supply and price will meet, which we'll call as equilibrium point. Yes. So when I achieve the equilibrium point, when marginal cost curve cuts the average cost curve from below. So the point of cutting marginal cost curve on the demand and also these average down from the average cost curve. That is a point where organization was able to sell. Means based, that is equilibrium point. So such that in the equilibrium point where organization can sell a maximum output with minimum cost. So that is, we can say the quantity like O P E O Q. This is a point or this is the area where we can are able to the point or the area where you are able to get is O E P Q. So this area where you are able to identify or to get the maximum or equilibrium point. As we discussed in the above, like when MR, it is marginal revenue is more than marginal cost, then automatically we are expecting more profits and we want to sell. Means the area where these marginal revenue curve cuts these marginal cost, means average cost from above, means for example and this graph. So as we have seen, this is demand curve DD or AR is equal to MR. So when these average cost curve which is cutted by AC, and we know that all cost curves are U-shaped curves. I think As we know that all cost curves, whatever we are having, are U-shaped curves. So when these average cost is cutted, so by these marginal cost, that is MC, marginal cost, then we can marginal revenue, not the cost, that is marginal revenue. When the cost is cutting from below, means the exact position, demand, AC and all is equilibrium. When these revenue is more, means the curve cuts above the area what we are having is all, or this is below cost area, this is AR, means the area below this one, we'll call it as a loss, or below AC, means marginal revenue is less than AC, this is in a loss point. The area where above, when it cuts this marginal cost above, for example, this is an average cost cutting equilibrium, but MR cuts above, means the area of all the after average cost, when you are getting more profits, that we can call it like a profits. Yes, means here we can identify saying that the point where exact cutting of these MC, that is marginal cost of marginal revenue from below, it is called as equilibrium point. If this marginal cost cuts above, so the area is profit. If it cuts below, then the area will be, we'll call it as losses. So based upon these marginal cost, so we are able to identify that whether we are getting profits or losses. So this is a situation where we can identify that in the short run, the organization was able to get what type of profits here? Only normal profits. Why? Why it was getting only normal profits? We can see that is a point where we are getting maximum output and minimum cost. Means which we consider as normal profits due to the existence of large number of buyers and sellers. If the buyers and sellers are more, so number of people can come and number of people can go. At the same way, based upon that marketing condition, where the price was given by the market and producer should accept. So where we doesn't have any individual producer, will not have any sort of chance to alter the supply or price. So he will accept or will become as an adjuster to the market. So that's why the market in the short run, and the only the variable thing is changing here, all or not at all changing. So that's why the market was able to produce only short run profits in the perfect competition. We are able to get a normal profits in case of price and output determination in the short run. Now we goes for the price and output determination in the long run. If long run means, as we know that a long run production where the time period will be more, such that it is more, maybe 2 years, 3 years or the 5 years, such that maybe there is a chance of changing maybe the fixed factors and also the variable factors, means both the variable and fixed could be changed because of time limit. Why? Because I am having 5 years of period where I can purchase the land and build a factory, or I can change one factory location to the another factory location. So maybe if I want to increase the production, maybe I can get more amount of capital, fixed equipment, technology, so plant can replaced. So a lot of adjustments and changes we can done in the long run, as the time element or we have in a sufficient period. So in the long run, the new companies can enter into the market and show or display their product such that the fixed equipment, means these new companies can also alter whatever the fixed equipments or requirements are there. So it allows for existing companies, if losses are getting or less profit, some of the companies allows can leave without facing the loss. Means when the profit range is decreasing in the market, and as individual firm cannot do any effort or cannot influence the market and the perfect competition, the producers who are seeking that profits are decreasing, they can leave. If any of the producer think that yes, we can gain more profits in the market, then they can enter into the market due to the adjustment factor, that is time factor is where they can alter both fixed and variable factors. So based upon that, we can go for alteration of price and output determination in the long run. So the same as we have seen in the short run, the equilibrium point is essential in order to get away, because in the competitive marketing structure, demand and supply forces will play an important role. So every organization activity or attitude is to get the profits. Once they want to achieve the profit, organization must earn means maximum profits or normal profits, what an organization is acting or maybe decided or maybe wanted. So that profits when we want to reach, it must and should reach the point of equilibrium. So the point or the input provided for higher output of a particular firm is known as an equilibrium point. Means we'll set. So at what point the cost and output will get minimum, and where the profits could be more or the prices could be more, then that point we'll consider as an equilibrium point. So in such state, as there are no factors to increase or the decrease the output, means that already we said that equilibrium point means a stable, fixed condition. After that, we cannot alter the production or the factors. So the firm cannot reduce or increase the price. And the same way in the competitive market, we have a common feature. It is only the price taker. Maybe in the long run or the short run production, it will only accept the price provided by the market, and it is having the homogeneity of the product. And also these individual firms cannot influence the market in case of supply or the demand conditions, and strictly the market itself will follows the price structure which was given by the industry. So these are also the common ingredients what we will observe in case of long run production. So we'll see how these price and output would be determined. The same in the long run also we can identify that DDAR and MR is equal to demand. DD is the demand curve, which is in a horizontal one. Due to the above features, what we have decided that price is fixed, individually cannot influence the market. And we have the same condition that MC and AC. That is AC is average cost, MC is the marginal cost. When marginal cost curve cuts from down, we are able to get the point where the organizational or firm's equilibrium. So we can see the same in the long run also. If MC cuts above the AC, as MC cuts above the AC, that is a profitable point. If MC cuts below the AC, then we can say it is in a loss point. But we can observe here the point is that PO, maybe PEQO. So the area, whatever we are seeing that POEQ area, it is an equilibrium point. Here also identifying with normal profits. That itself is identifying with normal profits. So why? So in the short run also, the perfect competition, we are able to identify that it is acquiring only normal profits. Why? Because there in the short run, only variable factors are changeable and fixed cannot be changed. So we should adjust the time and produce the product. So organization can achieve the maximum output and minimum cost, so they are getting an equilibrium with a normal profits. But in the long run also, in the perfect competition, we are able to identify or get only normal profit. The main reason for this is already we know individual firm maybe in the long run cannot influence the market. It is a price taker and it is also homogeneous. And another characteristic what we have seen is in the long run period of time, we are able to identify that where new firms can enter, when in the short run organization is getting a more amount of the profit, so the which is attracted by the new firms, and these new firms will come and they will capture some sort of market within that condition. So maybe the long run the demand was increased and the company was ready to face supernormal or more profits also, due to the no restrictions or the absence of entry and exit restrictions. New firms will come, and once again, with the advent of these new firms, the demand will be scattered over all the firms, right? Because we are the price takers, so demand to be scattered. So based upon that, all the people can sell minimum goods in the market, and they are able to identify the normal profits. So we can say that in the long run also the perfect competition is getting the normal profits due to the entry of the new firms and its homogeneous nature. And we can see that it is in a price taker, and these new firms entry due to the free entry and exit feature. So based upon that, we can say the conclusion, maybe in the short run or the long run, this perfect competition, the firm or maybe the industry where it was able to get or gather only normal profits with the given marketing conditions. So thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.